briefly on the MPP.
That's
By
crazy. There's,
this,
there's no way. Look, we've seen what Shaq does. Do you know how many commercials Shaq's on? There's no way he's not getting paid anything for this.
yeah.
He's all about the money.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast, and this is episode number 32. 232 episodes. Hopefully everyone's having a great week. Happy Mother's Day, early Mother's Day to both of our moms
And all the moms out there.
and all the moms out there, of course.
Yep.
Um, Cinco de Mayo was on Monday. Crazy.
Yeah. Don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. Totally,
It's not.
totally.
It's not really something. I don't know. Like my family has never celebrated Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
As a Mexican family,
Yeah.
never celebrated Cinco de Mayo.
Not really same. Maybe when we were like in school, maybe, you know, we'll have like a party, like elementary party, would have nachos or something. But this year I felt like it was like it kind of came and then
It's on a
just
Monday. What
no
are you gonna do on a Monday?
nothing. Um
Exactly.
yeah. Teacher Appreciation Week as well. Shout out to all the teachers.
Woo. On
Mm.
Monday, yeah, Monday. Cinco de Drinko for the teachers. Let's
Whoop
go.
whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
And one last thing to celebrate. Uh Shout out to me and Rayanne celebrating 5 years. Woo together.
Whoa.
Crazy.
5 years.
Time flies when you're having fun. So, that's all I got in the opening of
Felt like
this
forever.
episode.
That's what you should
Huh?
say. Time flies when you're having fun, and it felt like forever. So,
Oh, no. It
oh,
went.
that would have been funny. It would have been funny. It would have been funny.
Yeah. I was thinking about trying to wrap this thing up so we can talk about the NBA playoffs. Second
Yep.
round action
Yep.
underway. Couple few things that has been happening. Noah, what do we got?
Yeah, so second round has had a lot of surprises, um, especially with the Celtics. A lot of people's favorite to come out of the East and make it to the finals.
Yep.
They are now down 2-0 to the Knicks, losing both games at home. Now I think they play tomorrow, Saturday. Yes, in New York. So that'll be fun to watch. Both games have come down to the wire. Brunson has come up huge. Mikal Bridges has had two huge defensive stops both games, and Tatum has looked awful.
Mhm.
Let me pull it up real quick. He's shooting 12 for 42 in this series, 1 for 12 in the fourth, and both games the Celtics have lost 20-point leads. Um, Tatum hasn't really played, like I said, great at all. And in both games, the Celtics were up 20. So, um, obviously, the Celtics don't really need Tatum to play great to be winning. They just need him to be average to hold the lead, it looks
Yeah.
like.
What was the crazy stat that they from three the first game?
Yeah, they missed like
Missed.
43 pointers,
Yeah.
like that.
Like
Absolutely
15 of
insane.
60 or something, or in two games, or something a wild number. Um, like 25 of 90. I don't know. Something crazy, and the Celtics haven't looked good. The Knicks really haven't looked good either. They're just finding a way to win. And like we said last week when we were trying to predict these games, Jalen Brunson has to be the guy that sets up. You know, he has to at least have a decent game for the Knicks to have a chance. And it's easy for the Knicks when Josh Hart is scoring over 20 points. So
Yeah.
I don't know. People are still saying, what is it? Celtics in six. So
Yeah, it'd be six now. Could have to go 4-0 the rest of the way. But yeah, like I said, they were 10 for 40 last game from three, and then 15 for 60 in the first game. So they're still chucking the threes. But like I said last week, I just think the Knicks have two good forwards and Bridges and OG Anunoby to be able to go out there and give Tatum a tough time, give Jaylen Brown a tough time. Very switchable team on defense. Um, so I don't think so. The Celtics are going to be able to come back from this, but we'll see. You never know. We've seen crazier.
Yep.
Um, the next surprise, Pacers up 2-1 now on the Cavs. They were up 2-0. Cavs won today by I think 20, something like that.
Yeah.
Um, Cavs were dealing with a lot of injuries. They were missing Mobley, DeAndre Hunter, and Darius Garland, and all three of those players returned today, and then they won by um, double digits, whatever it was.
That
I want to say
happens.
I think it's 20. Yeah, but uh, yeah, they looked like the old Cavs. Halliburton had a tough time, and he had two huge games. The first and second hit a game winner in the second game. So
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
Cavs come back. I think Cavs might go 4-0 right here.
yeah, I wouldn't doubt it if everyone stays healthy, like they did in game three. Everyone is out there and look, they won by double digits. So, I mean,
Yeah,
everyone was out there game one, and I think that might have been just too rusty. Halliburton, of course, went off, but um, yeah, Pacers, man, the real deal. Could be Pacers Knicks. Who would have thought?
yeah, but it did look like the Cavs had game two until Halliburton hit that step back three, and Mitchell had an
Pacers,
insane game, dropped
yeah,
40 something. So
Pacers are down six with a minute left or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. Next, Warriors and Timberwolves series. Warriors lose Curry game one. The hamstring injury, the first hamstring injury of his career, which is awful because he does not know how he will come back from a hamstring yet. Um, and he'll be out for at least a week. Luckily, I think it was a grade one, so uh, it's not the worst it could have been. It's but it's still hamstring, one of the hardest injuries to come back from quickly.
Yeah,
Usually those type of injuries linger. So his expected return is game six because the Warriors and Timberwolves series has games every other day. So uh,
it's crazy.
every other day until game six, I think they have game five and then they have 2 days and then game
Yeah,
six starts. So
you
that's
know,
why he has the chance to come back.
good for the Warriors to at least win the first game. So that at least they split and at Minnesota. Just gotta hang on. They didn't look too hot on the second game. Draymond Green is two flagrants away from suspension and two technicals away from
Can't
suspension.
help
So
himself.
what can you do? I guess someone was yelling at him in the crowd, and that was one of the technicals. But um, yeah, it's tough for Curry. I mean, what I was telling the guys at work, doing a little thing that Noah always says, just put him in the corner. Just let him shoot. He doesn't have to play defense. He's not a great defender anyways.
When did I ever say that?
I don't know. Just
Maybe if I said I could score in the NBA, just put me in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
corner.
I think that's what I'm
Maybe that's what it,
alluding
maybe.
to.
Maybe. I'm not playing defense. Just put me in the corner and throw me the ball. I'm chucking it.
Just put Curry in the corner and just, maybe
Yeah,
give
but
it
he
to
can't
him
get any
once in a while.
lift at all. Yeah, he's gonna have to just
It's all arms
stand in
anyways. He's
threes.
fine. I'm sure, you know, you're in the
Yeah,
corner. You don't,
Warrior.
you don't have to use your legs. So
Yeah. Well, Warriors won that first game, like you said, and then T-Wolves came back and won the next game. Edwards went out for an injury, but he did come back. It looks bad, but Superman
Warriors
over
in
there.
7.
Yeah, and I think the Timberwolves will win the next three. So
Also, I
we'll
want to
see.
say I did predict that the Warriors, might have lost game 7. I didn't I had no confidence. I don't know why they didn't play with that energy in game 6. Kind of pisses me off. Okay? I don't know how they lose at home game 6 and then they play with that type of energy game 7 on the road. I don't know if they wanted to just disappoint, all the fans, all the Rocket fans who had hope for them to go to the next round and just crush their souls, but kind of pissed me off. So I was one of those people that did not think the Warriors were going to win Game 7. But yeah,
Proved you wrong.
I just want to say that.
Yeah, and fun stat before we move on to the next series. Anytime Jonathan Kuminga plays over 20 minutes, they are 0 for 4. So that's something to watch out for. See if Kuminga plays 20
No
plus
wonder
minutes or
he
not.
was benched for all the last two playoff series.
And next, the Nuggets OKC series is now tied 1-1 after Aaron Gordon hits another buzzer beater to help the Nuggets go up in the series. They start off 1-0, and then OKC comes back, wins by 40 next game, OKC fashion. And then they're playing tonight, and right now OKC is winning 53 to 45 in the second. But I think OKC wins this series. Great defense, great. I mean, they're just the best overall team in the playoffs. It's hard not to see it. I guess I don't even know a team that's close to being as good as them overall.
Yeah, I mean, Nuggets were lucky to steal one on the road. First
Yeah,
game, no one really expected that, but yeah, I think I got OKC game five.
yeah, and I mean, if Chet Holmgren doesn't miss that free throw, it's a completely different game, different story. Nuggets have no timeouts. They have to pass the ball in instead of getting that fast break. You know, OKC
Yeah,
has set defense. It's a completely different game. So, um, a lot of these games super close, ending at the very last second. Just one little thing could have changed everything. Same thing with the Halliburton. If he doesn't miss that free throw and they get that offensive rebound, he doesn't make that. So, the game winner. So, fun playoff so far. Next, we'll move to some baseball news. This is a fun one. Um, Rafeal Devers, the Red Sox. Like I guess first off, Tristan Casas hurt his patella tendon, I think it was. Running down at first, he landed awkwardly on the bag, trying to beat out a ground ball, and he's gonna be out for the season, I believe. Good young player. Hopefully he gets better. But Red Sox GM apparently has gone to Rafael Devers and asked him to play first base for the Red Sox, and Devers has said came out and said, I know I'm a ball player, but at the same time, they can't expect me to play every single position out there. In spring training, they talked to me and basically told me to put away my glove, which is true. They said, he's like, I want to be a third baseman. You signed me to this huge contract, 300 million, 300 something million for 10 years,
yeah,
um, to be your third baseman. Now you want me to be a DH. Um, it took him a little while. He's had a huge slump in the beginning, but now he started to come back and hit.
yeah,
Um, figuring out, what it's like to be a DH coming out cold all the time, just swing at the bat only. Um, and then he says, so right now I just feel like it's not an appropriate decision to ask me to play another position. It was the GM I spoke with. I'm not sure what he has with me. He played ball, and I would like to think he knows that changing positions like that isn't easy. Which I'm a lot of people are not on Devers' side. I'm on Devers' side. You tell this guy we want you to be our franchise third baseman. Here's all this money. You're our third baseman, knowing he's not the greatest defensive third baseman. He's your best hitter, obviously. Um, then you sign another guy and say, look, we're putting him third. We want you to DH. I don't care if you don't want to DH. You're going to be DH. Okay. You're not a good enough defender. We want you to play first now. You've never played first base. I know we said you're not a good enough defender, but you're good enough to be a defender. It just makes no sense to me. He's never played it once. Um, you're asking him to do, it's different in the off season, I think, because he has time to prepare, practice playing for. It's a completely different position, different
yeah,
stuff you have to be aware of. Cover holding a runner, stuff like that, just little things. And he would have time to prepare. But in a long 162 game season where you're traveling all these, like you have a
you don't have
series every
time.
other, yeah, you have like one off day a week, maybe two. When is he gonna prepare to be a first base? I just
Yeah,
don't understand the logic behind it. The GM was not here when they signed him to this contract, so a lot of ideas are he's trying to get on the bad side of Devers, so he asked for a trade and that he can get out of his contract. Um, But I think it's insane. I don't know how you can be mad at Rafael Devers, in my opinion.
Okay, here's my take. The first instance, okay. I
Sounds
would
better.
say
Yeah.
I was against Rafeal Devers, right? He made a whole big tizzy thing about, he's a third baseman, he should be third baseman, blah blah blah. He doesn't want a DH, right? Okay. I understand. I was with the GM, okay? He was
Yeah.
throwing like a diva fit, basically.
Yeah.
This instance, I think I'm with Rafeal Devers. Like, um, yeah, like everything you said, I 100% agree, and good for him. He's taking a stand, both ways, basically.
Yeah.
Um,
Eh,
yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I do get why people are like, well, you're getting paid all this money to play baseball. Go play first base, blah blah. It's like I said, it's not that easy. And two, how do they not have another player to play first base? That sounds like a roster construction problem. That who's in charge of that? The GM.
Yeah,
You shouldn't have to be asking this guy to switch positions that he's never played before.
yeah,
He made kind of a good point where he said, "What if there's an injury in the outfield? Are you going to come here to ask me to go play in the outfield now?" Like he's never played in the outfield. Just because you don't have a backup right fielder, are you going to ask Rafael Devers to play right field? Like
yeah.
it makes sense.
And then
Like just
everyone's
because
comparing this
you're
to
paying him
Mookie
all this
Betts.
money.
Like, okay, Mookie Betts is a different story. Like,
Yeah.
he
Also,
was playing
Mookie
in the
Betts had
outfield.
yeah, and Mookie Betts has played multiple positions before. It's not
Yeah,
like he's only getting paid
like brand
like
new.
yeah, he's been there before. Yeah, I mean I'm with Devers. I think this is leading up to a trade, um, either request or just a trade in general. I think the he did come out and say, he has no issues with like the team and his teammates. He loves his teammates. It's his all about the GM type thing. So it'll be interesting to see what the owner thinks. If the owner sides with Devers, and who knows, maybe this GM's on the outs already. Um, but crazy situation with the Red Sox right now. Just complete relationship deteriorating before our very eyes. Very, very still young, Devers. I think it's still 26.
Yeah,
Um, he's a young star at third base, so one of the best players.
yeah. Crazy situation. What a
It's
interesting.
fun, man.
Hey,
We love the drama. Love the drama.
who would have thought? Who would have
Who
thought?
said baseball is boring?
Dude, it's fun. Everyone's having fun with it. New rules changes. Everyone loves the pitch clock, loves all the home runs and action, stolen bases. It's a good time for MLB. And it's also nice that the Giants don't suck like the Rockies.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Also, I think baseball's is kind of going from a shift to um just like how the old baseball was to where, or I think bats are catching up and players are catching up to pitching. I think pitching had taken over for a while because all these guys, all of a sudden they're throwing hundreds of miles per hour. Everyone's throwing 100 miles per hour. Now everyone's seeing it. Everyone's catching up to it. You have more athletic players stealing bases like Ellie De La Cruz, um, who hit for power and steal. So a lot more dynamic players coming up. Where you're getting rid of the Albert
freaking o
Pujols.
Otani.
Yeah, I mean you have
Jesus.
Otani who does
And Aaron
everything, and
Judge batting 400. Like,
yeah, it's becoming a new era of
yeah,
baseball right now.
yeah. I think I said it before, but I'm so sad that Otani's on the Dodgers. Like, I love watching that guy. He's just so chill. Chill
He does something
attitude.
crazy, man. Every
Yeah.
every game it seems like he's doing something.
Focused on baseball too. He had a kid and no one even knew about it. That was wild.
Yeah, until he took his leave. Yep, no one knew his wife was pregnant. But yeah, shout out to Otani. Great player, fun to watch.
Onto the NFL. You know, many training camps coming up, but rookie camp is starting. Shadir Sanders throwing, Jackson Dart throwing, all that hoopla going on.
Saw a little clip about it.
Yeah, yeah, looked solid. We had a trade, kind of surprising here. George Pickens of the Steelers is going to the Cowboys. Uh, So the Cowboys get George Pickens and a sixth rounder from the Steelers, and then the Steelers get a third round and a fifth round pick for George Pickens. So this it's kind of crazy, kind of interesting. Um, I think everyone thought it was going to be Pickens and DK Metcalf, the two wide receivers for the Steelers. They just needed a QB for them to throw to. Everyone still thinks it's Aaron Rodgers who's gonna go to the Steelers, but you know, um, I think I think the Steelers also signed Randall Cobb, which is that's Aaron Rodgers guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because the Jets for a while not playing at all.
yeah. So, uh, we'll see how it goes, but they still have Mason Rudolph as their starting QB. And now they only have DK Metcalf. And they didn't draft a wide receiver in the draft, so
Yeah, that's the I think the most surprising part is because this was a pretty um a wide receiver class that had a lot of depth in it that you could have got a solid receiver late, late third, fourth round. They
yeah.
had plenty of chances to pick a QB or a receiver. Um, I think I saw that like some analysts, were saying or reporters, whatever, that this trade they were expecting it to happen during the draft or right before the draft, and it just didn't happen. So, um, yeah, still crazy they didn't pick a receiver. Pickens, I think he'll be a good fit with the Cowboys. He has a little drama, but it seems like every receiver that comes out of the Steelers has drama. Um, and
Yeah.
then after they leave the Steelers, they kind of just flame out. So I'd like to think he'd succeed, but at this point,
He's also going to the Cowboys.
every receiver that leaves Pittsburgh, they just don't
Yeah.
really have much success.
Antonio Brown. Shout out to him.
Yeah, and the most recent one, Deontay Johnson,
Oh,
like Chase Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster, like there's a lot of receivers who just disappear.
yeah. So maybe you pick him up. Late round pick in fantasy draft, George Pickens.
I think it's good flyer to take there with Dak. If Dak can be like he was like 2 years ago,
3 years
whatever it
ago,
was.
2, 3 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Before the injury.
Yeah. Next, we finally got a decision here on the Utah Hockey Club. Um, for the longest time, I think a lot of people were thinking that it was just gonna stay with Utah Hockey Club. And now it is, they finally made it official. It's going to be the Utah Mammoth. I mean, we finally got a team name that's doesn't suck, like the Commanders or the Guardians. So,
Yeah,
Utah Mammoth, wish they could have went with the Yeti, but I understand about trademark with the actual
Yeti
company,
Cups.
Yeti.
Yeah,
But this logo's pretty sick. You got the mountains, for Utah. You got the tusks. Pretty cool. And yeah, I wouldn't mind having this on like a hat, low key.
yeah. I
So
think this is great. Great design. I think great name for a team. More teams have to be going with the old animals, or like dinosaurs,
yeah,
type pterodactyl. But I do like. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Well, okay, the mammoths are coming, but they're trying to bring mammoths back, right?
they
So
are
perfect time, mid game, bring out a mammoth, and there it is. It's over. I'd fly in there tomorrow to go watch a hockey game, hockey
nice.
match.
Yeah, yeah. I also like this coloring too. It like definitely fits the logo. It's not like
Yeah,
red and yellow or something like with
yeah. I
jazz
got the
colors or
mountains
something.
on
I don't know.
the mountains on the mammoth on the top. Looks good.
Yeah, yeah. They did a good job. Shout out to the Utah Mammoth.
I think if I had to Because right now I'm just a honorary Blackhawks fan, right? Chicago Blackhawks. Just I never
Yeah.
watch. But if I was to ever get into hockey and I get to choose my team, I think it might be the Mammoth.
Nice, yeah. I also feel like I'm in the same boat. Honorary fan of the San Jose Sharks just because they are local.
Yeah.
Um, but if I would have to choose, let's become Utah Mammoths fans, Noah. Let's
Just
go.
have to go on, buy a bunch of gear, and just full on rep the Mammoth.
Hey, my father-in-law already has got me a rally towel that says Utah on it, so I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
I just
You
need a
got
hat,
one of the 10
sweatshirt.
articles. You need a full on jersey. I need to do research on who's the best player on the team. I saw something about fastest skater on that article. They had the fastest skater. I'm gonna get that guy's jersey probably. Um,
Nice. Yeah, they're on the up and up.
yeah,
But yeah, Utah Mammoth.
that's it.
And last but not least, my godfather is coming out of retirement. Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is coming out of retirement. He's gonna face Mario Barrios, for the welterweight championship belt. Supposedly Manny Pacquiao is getting inducted into the Hall of Fame next month. And he's also running for senator of the Philippines, which he was a senator there. I think I saw 2016 to 2022. So he's still doing his thing as a politician of the Philippines, but
Doing it all.
deciding to come out of retirement and box again. So he thinks he has two or three more fights in him. So
If that was me, I'm done, man.
what's
I've I've taken enough hits to the head. I uh I made all this money.
like
Um,
Mike Tyson, fighting Jake Paul
I'm seen as like a god in the Philippines. Like, what's the point? I guess
just
it's just for the
because.
love of the game. It's just one of those things where like you can't give it up.
Yeah, you're always gonna have some type of fight still left. Like I
It's the
said, like Mike
competitive
Tyson,
nature.
that guy
Yeah,
went
it's just
out
like
there.
he's like, I can still do it.
Yeah, so we'll see.
I
I,
see it.
I think it said it's gonna be on pay-per-view on Amazon Prime. That's an interesting.
Pay-per-view Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
Or is it if you have, like if I have Amazon Prime, I'm gonna watch it, or do I have to pay
I think you have to
even though I
pay,
have Amazon
even
Prime?
though you have Amazon Prime. That's yeah, streaming on Amazon Prime, but you still have to pay for it. It's just like ESPN
Jeez.
Plus. Like if you have ESPN Plus, you still have to pay pay-per-view.
Crazy.
Crazy. That's how they get you. That's how they make the
Just
money.
double up. Man, I don't watch anything pay-per-view.
Nope.
I let someone else pay and I just watch them stream it.
Yeah, watch on TikTok Live.
Watch the bootleg version on
Watch it in the
Instagram or
mirror.
TikTok. Yep. Right.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
But that's it for this episode. Episode number 32. Short one. Quiet week. Oh,
I mean, there was a quiet but fun things did happen and fun things to look forward to for the playoffs and um, NFL trades and something we'll talk about next week. The NBA draft lottery on Monday. So
whoop,
that'll
whoop.
be fun. Bulls have a 1.4% chance to get the first overall pick,
Cooper
baby.
flag. Here we
Cooper
come.
flag to Chicago.
Buy your jersey now.
And knowing the Bulls, they'll trade the first pick for someone like John Morant,
DeAndre Ayton.
and my life will be ruined
Get your Nerf gun.
in game. All
Yeah.
right, yeah,
All
but
right.
that's another thing to look forward to. We'll talk about next week for sure. But yeah,
Nice. Oh, also next week, uh, preview birdies and banter preview with Derek. PGA Championship is next week, so be on the lookout for that. I gotta start studying my picks, and yeah, hopefully everyone's enjoying that little fun series that Derek and I are doing. It's really fun. So yeah, that's it. Do you want to plug anything though? Shout out to Noah. He's
Yeah,
about
yeah,
to
you know what?
finish school.
In December. Well,
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna finish this semester.
yeah,
But yeah, you know what? I'm gonna start my own podcast. Baseball and banter.
baseball talk.
Baseball and buds. And I'm gonna have a little Bud Light with me. Or Budweiser, whatever. Whoever wants to
Whatever,
sponsor.
bud. Whatever, bud. You want to
Yeah,
have?
or a friend, but I don't
Yeah.
have many of those. So let's see. I got plenty of beers. But yeah, uh, that's fun. Yeah, check out the golf podcast if you're into golf, or if you just like to look at Patrick's face or something, or just listen to his
Or
voice,
if you
or
want to see
listen to
someone else
Derek's.
besides Noah.
Well, that's impossible. I don't know why you guys would want that, but yeah, go check out Derek. Derek's cool. Um, he's
We promise we have a
very.
guest sometime in the near couple weeks. We promise.
Wait, us or you
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Derek? I don't
No,
even know
me
who
and
you're talking
you.
about anymore. I don't even know who you're talking about anymore.
Me and you,
I don't even know who you're
Emo
committed to.
Sabi. All right, let's
Yeah,
get
we just
out
have
of
to set it
here.
up. We'll figure it out. All right. Thanks, everybody.